Hi everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we take a peek behind the curtain of corporate America. And today we are diving into Performance Food Group Company's latest update, a report that might seem a bit usual at first glance, but trust me, there's a story of professional transition unfolding here. If you appreciate getting straight to the point insights from these filings, make sure you're subscribed. And if you want to join a community of fellow corporate slows, our Discord channel link is in the description below. Let's get started. So what exactly are we looking at here? Well, this is a Form 8K, a current report that companies file when something significant happens. In this case, the date that stands out is August 19, 2025, and it signals a change in leadership structure for Performance Food Group Company. Now, Performance Food Group is a major player in the food distribution industry, a massive company connecting food producers with restaurants, grocery stores, and other businesses. Think of them as the logistical backbone for a lot of the food you eat. This number here confirms they are a publicly traded entity and that their stock trades on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol PFGC. And like all public companies, they report to no one other than the US Securities and Exchange Commission, the SEC. This ensures transparency for investors. Let's talk about the actual business. Performance Food Group's common stock is traded on the New York Stock Exchange. This is the bread and butter of the company for investors, the shares that represent ownership. The heart of this particular filing revolves around a key executive change, specifically outlining a departure and compensatory arrangements. This section tells us who is leaving, what their role was, and how the company is handling their exit and future relationship. The big news here is that Craig H. Hoskins, the man in charge of development, is moving on. He told the company he's ready to retire and step down from his executive role. This isn't a sudden ousting though, it's a planned transition. The company's compensation committee, a group that oversees executive pay and benefits, quickly got involved. They approved a special agreement called a letter agreement with Mr. Hoskins. This agreement locks in his retirement date to January 5, 2026, and crucially, it sets up a plan for him to stay on as a consultant after that. This isn't uncommon. Companies often want to retain valuable experienced employees, even if they are stepping out of day-to-day management. So what does this letter agreement actually mean for Mr. Hoskins? Until his official retirement date in January 2026, he will keep earning his current salary and receiving all his normal company benefits. It's business as usual for him for now. After he retires in January 2026, his role isn't completely vanishing. He's agreed to a consulting period which will last through the end of 2026. This means he'll still be contributing his knowledge and expertise to the company, but in a more advisory capacity. Now for the financial details of this transition. Performance Food Group will pay Mr. Hoskins a total of $35,000 for his consulting work over that period. Part of that payment will be held back until the end of his consulting gig, and it's contingent on him signing an agreement releasing the company from any future claims. This is a standard practice to ensure a clean break. But it doesn't stop there. The agreement also includes some significant benefits for Mr. Hoskins. He'll get a stock award in 2026 worth $5,000, which will become fully his over 12 months, as long as he's still working with them. He also gets to keep his company health insurance during the consulting period and get executive physicals paid for by the company for 2 years after he retires. These are pretty generous perks, recognizing his long service and the value they expect from his consultancy. On top of that, he's still in line for his full potential 2026 bonus, based on how the company performs that year. And any stock awards he currently has that haven't fully vested yet will continue to vest according to their original terms, even after he retires, as long as he meets the conditions outlined in those awards. This is a way to ensure he remains motivated even through the transition. Because Mr. Hoskins has been in such a senior role dealing with development and likely sensitive company information, the agreement includes some important restrictions. He's bound by confidentiality clauses naturally, but also non-competition and non-solicitation agreements. This means for 18 months after his consulting gig ends, he can't go work for a direct competitor or try to poach employees or customers from Performance Food Group. This protects the company's interests. Now, this is all a summarized version. The actual details are in Exhibit 10, which is like an appendix to this report. Companies always include a disclaimer saying this summary is accurate, but the real nitty-gritty is in the full legal document. And of course, any filing like this ends with a list of all the exhibits attached to it. Here it is, the official letter agreement between the company and Mr. Hoskins, dated August 19, 2025. This is the actual contract governing his retirement and consultancy. And this last exhibit is a technical detail for electronic filing systems. Think of it as metadata that helps computers read and process the document. Finally, the report is signed off by A. Brent King, who holds the important titles of Executive Vice President, General Counsel, and Secretary. This confirms the report is officially submitted on behalf of Performance Food Group. So let's break down what this all means for Performance Food Group. This is a well-managed executive transition. Mr. Hoskins is a senior leader, and his move to consulting, coupled with his extended benefits and retention incentives, shows the company values his contributions and wants to ensure a smooth handover of his $3,000 plus the stock award, and continued benefits totaling a significant amount is an investment in continuity and knowledge transfer. While it sounds like a lot of money, it's often worth it to keep an experienced executive like Mr. Hoskins engaged during a critical development phase, perhaps as they integrate new strategies or prepare for future growth. The non-compete clauses are standard and important for protecting their competitive edge. The company is essentially buying themselves time and expertise. Looking at the bigger picture, Performance Food Group is navigating a common challenge in corporate life, the retirement of key executives. Their strategy here appears to be focused on retaining institutional knowledge, mitigating disruption, and ensuring business continuity. There isn't any direct financial performance data in this particular report though. It's focused purely on an executive transition. If we were to see their financial statements, we would then analyze how their revenue growth, profitability and debt levels are doing. And then we could better assess if this investment in Mr. Hoskins is a strategic win or just an added expense. What's notable here is how they've structured the agreement to incentivize continued contribution while also allowing for his eventual complete departure. In conclusion, this filing showcases Performance Food Group's approach to executive succession planning. They are handling the departure of a key officer in a way that prioritizes retaining valuable experience and knowledge, which is a generally positive sign of thoughtful management. The risks are largely mitigated by the contract terms, especially the non-compete clauses. The opportunity is Mr. Hoskins continuing to contribute to the company's development strategy even after stepping down from his executive role. Alright, that's our breakdown of Performance Food Group's latest filing. What's your take on these executive transition strategies and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If this analysis was valuable, hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.